so there's no space for me to put it.
Oh, for your TikTok career? Yeah. Because I was looking into that too. But then so I got a ring light and I'm gonna return it because I can't stand looking at it. So that's why I'm using the stick lamp, the LED one that I bought as the light source instead. And I just like move it around.
I did have a ring light, and I found it annoying to constantly shine like in my face.
I'm like, how do these TikTok people do it? And I have a friend who uses it to record educational videos, and she was like, yeah, you can see there's like a ring in my pupil. Because you can
But
see
that's
it reflect back. I was
right?
like, oh,
I don't know. Like some people use that.
I was like,
some people use that for like effects though.
Yeah.
Like, remember
I was
like
like,
those
you look
those like
Japanese anime.
Oh no, I was like thinking those like old rap videos, and they rap in the studio and like their ring lights, and they wear shades and they come out to the camera. And you can see the rings in their hand.
No, but what I did is I turned the light to face the wall because there's a wall right behind like my computer, and so the light bounces to me instead.
Yeah. You look good. You look very well lit.
Yeah, I replaced that small ring light with a new.
You need a bigger ring light because like smaller is like more intense, like the concentration of the light.
You think so?
Yeah, that's why because I was like reading out on soft boxes, and then people are saying like, you need to. Some people are complaining like, oh, I still get a lot of shadows from my softbox, and they're like, oh, because it's too small. Like, if it's too small, like you're just essentially shining a flashlight, right? So if it's bigger, then there's more space for the light to diffuse, so it's softer.
That's true, but yeah, you need a really big like softbox then.
Yeah lah. So the one the guy was using, I think was like 20 by 30 cm, so it's quite small.
Okay. I didn't do a test, but I think it should be okay.
Rejoin because Discord.
It looks better now. It looks sharper.
Discord was what you guys were saying like a million times. It was really freaky.
Oh. Is it still doing that?
Oh. Hello.
It's doing that to you guys. It's not just me.
What? I'm just singing, messing about.
No, I'm not. Not.
Everything is repeating itself a million times.
Yeah, that's.
No, it's not. No.
Oh my god.
It's like McDonald's gave me like so much sugar packets and creamer packets.
Why do they give you sugar packets for?
So I ordered the breakfast and ordered coffee. So they give me like these.
Oh, okay.
It's nice they give me none,
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, well, I screwed up this.
Supposed to keep it, I guess.
For
the future.
Maybe.
Yeah. I opened the Twitch to copy our Twitch link, and then I forgot it's running. I was listening to
it's your own fault.
And I was like, I already quit Discord. Why is it still playing? Old person problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, was the sound? I guess the sound was working fine, right? Since you heard everything.
Yeah, it was working fine on the streaming.
Because I went live without doing a sound test.
Oh, that's why. I think I wasn't expecting that too. So I was like, didn't notice it was going on.
All right, so you're listening to the background
myself.
Audio. All right.
Yeah. But on a delay. So I was like, why is everything we're saying being repeated?
Not sure why the Facebook chat's not showing up. But anyway.
Which app are you using now to multi-stream?
I'm using OBS.
Oh, you're using OBS.
Yeah, but the Twitch chat shows up fine, just not the Facebook one. Never mind. We'll sort that out later. But yeah, we are officially live. Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Evening Drama Rebooted. We are on episode 92. And this is our first episode all together for the new year. Hello,
I know. I screwed up.
2022. Hello, and welcome.
I lost track of time with the new
Were you
year.
like having so much fun?
I think so. I was in like a timeless time dimension where I just didn't do that much work or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
And that meant that I don't remember what days of the week it was.
Oh, that
Mm.
happens to me too.
Plus, yeah, and with the new move, I think I'm a little disoriented. I'm spatially disoriented with the new place. I'm gonna blame
It
it
looks
on
it
that.
looks nice. I mean, like your little corner there,
Yeah.
from what I can see.
Yes, thank you. I made sure to be in the nice corner. of the
Is
fire.
that like a real fire?
Yes, it's a
Is
real
it
gas
is it
fire.
like, oh, it's gas? Okay, I was gonna ask if it's wood fire.
No, who's got time for that?
Oh.
Wood fires are good in theory, but and very romantic. But in reality, it's very smoky, and like you also have to gather wood
Uh-huh.
or like buy wood, and that's just like a constant thing. Because one log can burn for like half a night, and you have to like put more essentially.
Isn't that good? Half a night's pretty long, right?
Yeah, I guess it's not as much of a problem when you're at home and stuff. But like I remember we were camping and we were staying in this like canvas tent that had a metal stove.
Mm-hmm.
We used like real wood logs. And that sucked that when it burned down in the middle of the night because that's why it's really cold and you don't want to have to mess around with starting the fire again. And they didn't
Oh.
give us enough like fire starting materials. So it was kind of like you have one shot. If you don't get it lit again, then you're screwed.
Oh.
That's
So-
like
so that was high
us
pressure.
at barbecue.
That's the thing, right?
Oh,
Like
really?
wood, like you can't just put all the wood there and then
Hmm.
because it doesn't regulate the burning, it'll burn everything at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you have some contraption that like drops wood every like half hour.
Right.
Piece. Right.
Some people have that. Well, when you have like a pellet stove that takes wooden like it's almost like sawdust pellets.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a little dropping mechanism that you can
Okay.
use to like add a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
But,
that in
yeah.
movies, right? Like people wake up and the fire is out.
I don't know.
Yes.
I can't remember the last time I saw a movie where people had a tent to a fireplace.
Dexter, New Blood.
Oh, have you been watching?
I haven't.
Yes, today's the finale.
Oh, today? Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, it's Monday for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the finale already?
It's only 10 episodes in this new
Oh.
mini series.
But I don't know how it's gonna resolve. Like it feels like it needs a few more.
Have you been following?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, like, what? I mean, I feel like we can't discuss it without major spoilers.
No, you can talk about it. It's fine. I'm not
I
bothered.
think anyone who watches our stream watches it.
Yeah, I know, right? It's either you don't watch it or you're already onto the same episode as us. So, yeah, like I know it's very unsatisfying because there's only a few outcomes, right? It's either like Dexter gets caught, his son like rats him out, like or like his son kills him.
Oh, that's
To
the
make
that's
sure
the
he doesn't
the
get
one.
caught.
The third one's the one that I think will most likely happen.
The son will kill him.
Yeah.
Do you think like kill him like with his permission or without his permission?
With his permission.
Oh, you think so?
To satisfy his dark passenger.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like it'll be something like that too, or else it's like,
But that would be so
kinda,
sad.
yeah. But
I don't
it's like,
I don't really like the son as a character though.
you don't. I'm like, he's such a good actor. He's so good at like pretending
mean,
to be Michael C.
he's
Hall Jr.
he's a good actor, so I don't like him. Like, you know, he plays the character too well to like to the point where I dislike the character, not the
Oh.
actor, you know. Yeah.
Like Joffrey
Oh,
in Game of
it's-
Thrones.
Yeah, like Joffrey. Yeah.
Is it because he's too manipulative?
Yeah.
Because I feel like the weird they didn't handle the reveal super well, or maybe this is realistic because Dexter is like, "Ta-da! I murder people." Well, eventually he did that. It's like through lots of humming and hawing through 8 episodes. But then he was like, "Oh, okay," and he's like, "Wait a minute," like kind of like putting it together very slowly. So I feel like that's a little awkward the way they handled that.
I feel like they should have revealed it at least halfway
Yeah.
through, then you can like
Mhm.
if it really ends with the son killing him, then it needs to show like his distaste for Dexter to do it. Not feel
Right,
so
right.
abrupt. Yeah.
Yeah, so in the end, like we're left in a cliffhanger of him seeing Dexter killing the main bad guy of this season. And then he
Yeah.
got a little freaked out, even though he thought he could handle it.
Yeah.
Also in this new series, there is a podcaster being featured.
Oh yeah.
There's a girl who's like kind of like a annoying Asian Sarah Koenig who loves murder mysteries. And she has a show called like I want to say it's a Mary fucking Kill.
Yeah.
It's a name or like a fictional show.
Uh-huh.
And then in the show she like had featured the Bay Harbor Butcher, which is like Dexter back in the day.
Okay.
But then like the whole like all his murders were blamed on this other guy.
Yeah.
But then it's like she's coming here to investigate this like mystery in this little small town where they're all at right now, which is like super cold and has a fireplace. So that's how we got on to Dexter plot spoiling.
Okay, well that's gonna be you then.
Yeah.
I think it's cool they brought back like the old characters from the show.
Oh, you mean Angel?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have been like frequenting this subreddit for Dexter, which is a total waste of time. But someone
Oh.
was making fun of the fact that Angel calls himself Angel, Angel's family calls himself Angel, and then Maria will be like Angel. So it made no sense actually. I have a friend who's about to give birth to a kid, and we were coming up with like name suggestions, and one of them was Angel. Like Angel said the Cuban way, but since they're both white, it may not make any sense.
Oh.
Yeah, we always started like a little channel just for name suggestions, and she said that she cannot entrust us to name her child at all because the names I come up with are so terrible.
Well, that's what you get for relying on friends.
I know, but it's so fun though to name an imaginary or like a real child to be born, but with imaginary suggestions.
Yeah. Well, last week on
But
the
I said I'll
podcast.
name.
Go on.
Oh, I do have dibs on the Chinese name for the kid though.
Why? Because you're the only one who speaks Chinese?
I think so.
No,
So
I'm
I
just
can do the
saying-
transliteration.
I was just saying, last week when Singer and I were chatting, we were talking about like creating content for like
Mhm.
YouTube or whatever. And one of the suggestions from chat was a documentary about like Malaysia's murderers.
Oh.
And yeah, just now you were talking about the podcasts about Dexter.
Yeah.
That reminded me of that.
Oh gosh, yeah. I would love to, but I don't know where to get the information from.
Yeah, I mean, I was like just thinking about it on the drive home earlier. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's probably going to be in a lot of like, I don't know, Malay newspapers or something.
I know, but they're not like well archived, and you also have to read Malay, which I don't know. You guys are,
which I
as
can't.
we all know, all three of us are terrible.
I think Singip could read Malay better than me.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't
believe-
Singip is
understand
the
a
most
lot.
educated on all three languages.
Yeah, Singip's the language guy.
I think I'm just good at inferring. Like you like pick up some words and then based on like what you know, then you can like roughly infer what it's about.
Yeah, well, that's better than not being able to know anything.
I feel like there must be like those Malay comics about murderers. This seems like a genre.
What's up, Edmund? Thanks for liking the stream.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Is there like I don't know. Like I would totally do it if we have like a source of information that we can transcribe or share with people.
I honestly have no idea. Would have to
Go
do
Singip,
some
go to
research.
Popular. In between all the math exercise poorly printed textbooks, there must be the Malay section.
I wonder if
of a
they still
murder.
print textbooks actually.
I'm sure they do.
Oh really? Am I so?
No, I mean not textbooks, like those workbooks,
Comics? Oh, workbooks.
Workbooks.
Yeah.
I think they do.
My mom would like. I was young. My mom would go to like the popular in Singapore, and then she
Mhm.
always find new workbooks to buy.
Yeah.
Did you not like that?
Obviously
No
not.
child would like this.
Yeah. But I guess I do that now though. Like I mean, I go to bookshops and then I just browse for books that I might read. You know,
Mhm.
like it's like how my mom buys workbooks that I may or may not do.
Oh,
I know all these
uh,
books have like nice covers. I think it's wrong. I think it's right to judge a book by its cover. This is the
I
first.
think
It's the first thing
it's
that
like
catches your eye, right?
Yeah.
I think it's easier for us to do like ghost stories than it is to do actual murderers. Because I'm sure I remember seeing when I was a kid
I'm
lots
not
of
doing
like
any
those
ghost
like
stories.
Pontianak like type
Oh,
stories
yeah.
in popular.
We can investigate in Malaysia.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's got to be like a Malaysian version of like true Singapore ghost stories, right? That's
It's
like
called
true
Yeah.
True
Malaysian
Malaysian Ghost
ghosts.
Stories.
Yeah. But is there actually? I don't know, right? It feels like a lot of Malaysians actually grew up reading true Singapore ghost stories instead.
Yeah.
Oh
Like they seem
really?
to know about it more. You know, like to them it's like, oh yeah, I used to read it, but no one ever says like, oh, you
Mm,
know, there's a Malaysian version.
yeah. And I don't know whether this is just like my own bias or anything, but I feel like the murders that happen in Malaysia tend to be very like straightforward. It's always like
Straightforward.
someone owes somebody money
Oh.
Oh,
and then gets murdered. Like that's pretty much like the plot of like most murders. I feel like there's very
I
few
feel like
like
I read a lot
serial killer
more
type things.
rape in newspapers than murders in Malaysia.
Maybe the
Yeah.
murders don't get covered. I don't know.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
they
that's
don't get
true.
caught, which means
Yeah.
no news for us too.
So that means
Oh,
That's worrying.
our murderers are very good.
I know. Malaysia #1
Yeah.
uncaught serial murders. So
I don't
sad.
know. Are there? I don't know about. I mean, I don't really look for U.S. news on murderers, but you know, like you watch shows like what's that show called? Criminal Minds, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
And then they always talk about serial killers and all that. Like, I don't know. Does it happen a lot in the U.S.? Like, do you get news about serial killers?
I feel like they get more famous. Like, look at what happened to our favorite, Gabby Petito. Like, that was all we thought about for like
But he
weeks.
wasn't
Remember,
a
weeks of our
serial.
lives wasted.
But he wasn't a serial killer, right? The guy.
No, he wasn't. But there's like people like Charles Manson or like
Yeah, but like those are like after like
the
it's
one that
only
Zac
like it's like
Efron.
we never grew up in the era of like serial killers, right? Like all the ones that we know about now have been caught or dead, right? Like, I mean, like all your famous ones like Ted Bundy and all those.
Yeah, true. But I feel like it's also because like
So I'm not
nowadays, a
sure.
lot they try to not feature the murderer as much anymore. They feature the
Yeah. So
victim.
that's what I thought, right? Like maybe like they don't feature all these so that these
Yeah.
people don't get what they want.
Right, right. So maybe we shouldn't do a serial killer podcast because that's giving people what they want.
I don't want to. I don't want like a Hannibal Lecter moment, like where you become their target.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, so that's the plot of the Dexter. She got murdered. No surprise.
Oh, the podcast girl.
Yeah, no, she did. Yeah, it was one of
Wait,
the
she did?
victims.
Was she close
Are
to
you
the
not caught up?
When did she die? I thought.
In this last episode, in episode 9.
Oh really?
Yeah, remember she was like one of the trophies.
Oh, I didn't
Did you
see
remember?
that.
What have you seen? Have you seen Into the Trophy Room?
Yeah,
You
I
must
did.
have, right? Because Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's because like her corpse doesn't look like her.
Oh, but when did they show her being taken?
They don't.
They
They
don't,
just
right?
show.
Oh,
Yeah, they
so
just
she was
cut
there. Oh,
to
okay,
it.
I didn't notice it. Okay, right.
Yeah, but
pay
like it was
attention?
hard to notice because like they had like so of course every serial killer has their trophies, right? And then this guy likes to like embalm and like plasticize or something like the people from the
Yeah.
torso up kind of thing and make these like creepy booths. And then
Mhm.
like I remember thinking, oh, the special effects person like they didn't replicate or like it's very hard. I guess once you're dead, you don't look the same.
Mm.
Yeah, because it
I
was
guess it
also like
depends
when I
how
first
long
saw
they've
that
been
body,
dead.
I didn't occur to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but in that episode, they showed the police woman trying to look for the podcast girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
she leaves behind her
Hey Vanessa,
microphone.
thanks for liking the stream.
And then the police woman's like, "Oh, she'll never leave. She'll never leave this behind," or something, right?
Yeah.
So like when I was watching that, I was like, "Huh? Where did she go?" You know, because
Yeah.
I don't remember her being taken or what, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember, wasn't the last time where she was supposed to leave town or something?
Right.
Yeah. So that's very
Yeah. I mean,
unsatisfying. I hope they resolve that in the next episode.
they didn't have time to feature her murder.
Then they shouldn't have done it. I don't know. You should just let her live.
I don't know. Because actually, I rather liked her character. She was like sassy and bitchy and annoying.
Mm.
And like, oh, I don't know. And then like I feel like this episode also featured a lot of ambiguously half Asian people. Because I was also like, is she half Asian, half white? Like, and so
Who?
it's like the podcaster. And then so is the police chief's daughter. Also, like they look ambiguous.
What? How's the podcaster ambiguous? Isn't she like? She looks full on Asian.
Oh, she does. I don't know. Like she, to me, she looks like either half or potentially like something, a mix of something.
Oh,
Okay, well now we gotta look up who is she played by.
I think it's Brenda Song. Is it?
Brenda Song, isn't she famous?
She's like full on. I think it's Korean, right?
Molly Park. Who is Molly Park? I guess has to be a Korean name. Portrayed by Jamie Chung.
Oh, Jamie Chung.
Jamie
sorry.
Chung. That's not Brenda Song. That's the girl from Dragon Ball, the live action one. Right? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, she went to the same high school as my friend. The most famous high school in San Francisco, Lowell High School.
Lol.
Yeah. Oh, she went to UC Riverside in 2005. I wonder if my co-founder knows her. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't she look full on Asian?
Sup, Kaya?
I guess so.
Thanks
I
for
don't
liking
know,
the
but you know
stream.
how like Asian Americans, like okay, before Aquafina, like they all have this look. You know what I'm talking about?
The ABC
Like
look.
Yeah.
ABC exotic Asian look.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And that throws me off sometimes.
Yeah, why
They have
Yeah,
more
well,
do
there's
pointy features.
ABCs look
A
different?
round feature. They have more like almost like hyper exaggerated Asian features. I don't
Why
know.
though? Like,
How do I say this without being racist by
you
accident?
can't. You're
Do you think
Asian.
do you think it's because
Can
they're
I?
like,
I don't know. In this
is it because they're
in this
like
cancel culture world,
It's
what
okay,
can I
no,
say as
I'll
an
defend
Asian
you
person?
to the death if anyone tries to cancel
Oh,
you.
thank you.
oh, is it because
No,
like
I'm not even famous enough yet, and I already got
they're
canceled.
like
That's just
their
so
families
sad.
are like first generation,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
these people are like usually immigrated for the first time,
Uh-huh.
Right.
so they still retain like more Asian traits before like they start mingling.
Yeah, and I feel like in Hollywood, like it's kind of like the Lucy Liu look,
Oh yeah, that's right.
you know?
Uh-huh.
And whereas round feature people like me and Aquafina are like not seen on TV.
You and Aquafina.
Who has heard of Aquafina? Anyway, that's why I'm very proud of Aquafina because I'm like, a relatable person on TV and movies.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
yes,
know, but
very unsatisfying disappearance in the show.
yeah, I mean, but yeah, the whole ABC look is so strange.
Strange.
It's not just
No, as in
it's not just
they don't look
America
strange,
though.
but yeah, like
It's
how
like
different-
any Western countries that have Asian people who are born there have this look.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is so weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of like that whole controversy with Shang-Chi, right? The Simu Liu, like people in China are like, ew, he's so ugly.
Uh-huh.
Whereas he has
Oh.
like the looks that appeal to Americans, which is like more like jacked and like all of that.
I mean, his face wise, I think he looks like normal. I don't know. He's not hideous.
Yeah, he
or,
looks like an average person.
yeah,
Yeah.
which I think is cool, right?
Yeah.
Like, can be more relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Or-
Does it matter?
I don't know. I mean, some people care about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
like-
mean, on the other hand, you have people like Pete Davidson, who I don't think is conventionally attractive, who everyone is like dropping their panties for.
Yeah.
That I don't understand because he has like big dick energy or whatever.
Well, he's funny, so.
And now he's dating Kim Kardashian. And I'm just like, what is this world?
I was listening to the Hidden Brain podcast about humor, and they're saying that
Mhm.
like funny people are liked a lot more than people. Well, not funny. People with a sense of humor. So like they can take jokes or they can make jokes. They are like liked a lot more and trusted more than people who don't. Yeah, and I say a lot of people like stop laughing after the age of like 23. Like they don't laugh
What?
not like fully.
You mean like
stop
the average
As in,
laughter?
they did some tests. Like basically, they just asked groups of people like, did you laugh yesterday? And based on the responses,
Maybe our memory recall has decreased.
no. So like a lot of people, the younger kids all said they laugh all the way until like 23 onwards, and then the yeses come back much later, like I think like 60 or something in life.
Oh.
Yeah, so like they say
Gosh.
that the I forgot the term. I'll look it up later. It's on Hidden Brain, but it's like a laughing gap or something like that. But yeah, there's a period where people who recently become like members of the workforce or like start working or whatever, they lose
Oh.
like they don't laugh as often as they used to. Yeah.
Jaded.
Aw.
Well, I was like listening to it, I was like thinking, I can't remember a day where I didn't laugh at all. Like, I think I
Yeah.
laugh at least once a day. At the
I think it depends what
Yeah.
you
At the
do
minimum.
though.
huh?
Like if you, I don't know, maybe if you work all day, you don't have time to have fun. Maybe you don't laugh as much.
No, I mean even
then-
if I'm working on it, like after work at night, right? Like I watch a funny video or I talk to a friend, whatever.
Yeah, so I said
Yeah.
it depends on what you do. Like you choose to watch these funny videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So some people might not even be subscribed to all these like funny subreddits or watch all these YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So like
You're missing
I
out.
guess it's
Yeah,
like
they're missing out.
like my parents, right? Like
Uh-huh.
all they do is like watch the news. Like it's not funny,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't laugh
so, like,
every day, you think?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention, but I mean, like I know I laugh every day because like when I have downtime, I just watch all these like YouTube shorts and like Reddit, right? And
Yeah.
I laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's what I do to get my dose of laughter. But I mean, as far as what they do, like unless they're on the phone with someone like their cousins or friends, then all they do is like watch and think about serious stuff like business, about the news, the world, the stock market, and all those. And those are not funny things, right?
Yeah. You're right. That's the problem. But I feel like nowadays, don't kids like, I don't know, their sense of humor is a lot more dark and like they don't outwardly laugh as much. Or they exhale sharply through their nose or whatever. Like you know what I'm talking about? Like I feel like the Gen Z people don't like actually but the problem with this study I feel like is that the world is less funny now because it's more fucked up. So I don't blame people for laughing less. Like if
this
you're
study was done
gonna be
pre-COVID.
dying from it was okay never mind.
They mentioned it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, like I was like, your laughing is causing virus particles to emit into the air.
I mean, you can laugh at home in your bedroom by yourself.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Like I don't think I remember a day when I didn't laugh either. Like cross my fingers. So
Yeah. But
So
yeah.
what's making you laugh lately? What do you recommend for laughs?
Recently, I watched that Jimmy Carr special on Netflix.
Oh yeah, you recommended me.
Yeah.
I need to scroll through the chat. Why do you like it?
It's so good. Like, I mean, are you familiar with Jimmy Carr?
I may have seen clips here and there.
He does a lot of like dark jokes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll put it on my list.
He reminds me of Anthony Jeselnik. Well, probably Anthony Jeselnik was probably inspired by him. Like, real short, like
Oh, okay. You have my attention.
2-3 sentence stories, and then like
Okay.
a dark punchline at the end. Yeah.
Okay. I do love Anthony Jeselnik.
Yeah, he's so good, right?
Did you watch that really short-lived Comedy Central series that he did?
I watched some clips of it.
Oh yeah, I don't know whether I wish I can share it with you because it's like I actually bought it because it's so funny to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
I
can
have it
probably
on
torrent it, I
YouTube.
think. Or YouTube.
Yeah. What is the name of the series though? Why am I forgetting it? Let me look into my library since I can.
But I've watched his like specials, some of them a few times.
Oh, Good Talk. Good Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like a interview series with other comedians,
Mm-hmm.
and it's funny to me because he ends up being the butt of the joke actually most of the time, rather than him roasting people,
Yeah.
and that's really rare to me. But it's
Yeah,
because
he's
it's
always
all
on
his
the
friends who know he's
roast
putting on
panels
an
as
act.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. But he was like talking with Natasha Leggero. I don't know whether you know her.
Yeah, I know.
Like she acts as this like really posh, like uppity, like essentially the female version of Anthony Jeselnik.
Yeah.
And like, they're like, yeah, dude, you're just like me. We're never the butt of the jokes. We're always the ones making fun of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I admire people like that because I think it's much harder to be a comedian, to be the one who's attacking other people, than it is to be the self-deprecating one. To me.
Mm.
Wait, you think
Because
it's
you have to
harder
learn,
to
because the
attack?
crowd will turn on you.
It's harder to attack other people?
Yeah. And make it
Mm,
funny.
I don't know, it depends, right? Like, cause, well, at least in most of the stand-ups I watch, like the crowd are always supporting, like the comedian when he's attacking like hecklers.
I mean, people go there, they know what they do. Otherwise, I think most people go to these shows because they know what to expect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even like in Jimmy Carr's one, he purposely asked people to heckle him,
Yeah.
So like people, and then also like Russell Peter, like if you sit in the front few rows, then like,
Yeah.
you're bound to be picked on. So like people sit there, obviously they know what they're getting into.
That's after they get famous, though. I mean, like in the beginning
Oh
part,
right.
in a comedy club,
Oh, okay.
nobody knows you.
Oh right.
To make it through that phase and be the asshole is so hard.
Maybe they didn't do it then,
Oh, maybe that's true.
Who knows? Yeah,
Like a
I mean, I
barrel
can imagine
special.
if like an open micer goes up and then starts attacking the crowd.
Yeah.
That'd be awkward. Yeah.
Like Jimi Hendrix sets his guitar on fire. So everyone's like so like amazed by it. It's some random dude in a battle of the band sets his guitar on fire. People will be like, "What the hell are you doing?"
That's true. Yeah, when you're accomplished, you can get away with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. One day.
One day.
Mhm. Yeah. So what
about
else have you guys been up to? Oh, I couldn't figure out the sanctuary world thing. So we've been exploring this astrology app that shows you the colors. I know you just told me what thing to click, but I still cannot figure it out.
No, you open the link and then you swipe to your
It was an Instagram post, no?
the Instagram post.
Oh, there's an actual app.
Yeah. The profile page is for the app. Like it's their
Yeah.
social media
So I
platform.
downloaded the app, and then I was like, it's
Oh,
not
right.
in the app. So I was very confused.
Oh, it's not. I don't know. I didn't want to download it. I just saw it. I thought it was
Oh.
cool. Yeah.
Well, I
just
mean, I
clicked
can
it
see
for
the
fun.
Gemini even in the preview. So
What's yours ready?
the Gemini one.
Gemini. All right.
Let me pull
So
it.
Yeah,
so
but this doesn't take into account of my birth chart and my birth times. So
I
actually, yeah. So I signed up
saw.
for the actual app.
All right. So I saw mine, and then like it said something about resources being one of my I don't know what do you call it,
Words.
words of the year. So I associate
Oh.
resource with money. So I was like,
Gemini.
oh, it's like maroon, you know.
What is
So I
yours?
started
Sing it.
Uh-huh.
Libra.
Libra.
So I started coloring my invoices to maroon.
So funny. Yeah, so if you download the app, there's like a little like fake chat and it'll give you like, what's your horoscope? And then today says be cautious with expressing frustration towards a loved one or a person you spend lots of time with. Keep your respect level high as always. So
Isn't that
general advice I
so?
would
Yeah,
apply
isn't that?
to
Isn't that
everything.
just good advice for any time of the year?
Yeah. My rising sign says having trouble generating the artistic content you're eager to create. Mars is kicking up a fuss in your zone of playfulness and imagination. Instead of forcing inspiration, let yourself roll with the punches. Go for a long walk or listen to an album. Get in touch with what makes you tick, which is also good general advice for anyone who's in a creative rut. And also, it draws a tarot card for me.
Oh,
Maybe keep clicking. It says, I have a Knight of Pentacles. Patience is needed to achieve my goals. Tackle the mountain one step at a time and you'll be there before you know it.
Do you believe any of it?
I mean, that's also general good
yeah, that's very
advice.
general advice, right?
I mean, I feel like this is like good in the sense that it's almost like your advice of the day and it kind of like rotates around. So it's like, if you want to work on like becoming a better person, this is actually not a bad idea.
I mean, the way I
It
see it
was
is like you don't
phrased in
have
the way
to
this way.
believe it, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's like
Mhm.
what do you call it?
I mean, I guess
Like,
it
like you
could be
said,
a
it's a
guide.
good it's a good reminder for you to take in every day, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And I feel like the way they phrase the advice, oh yeah, and sometimes they put in some gif or whatever, but like they phrase it to be more like, I don't know, self-development and less like, watch out, you might get hit by a car. Like, which I think is not that helpful advice for the average person,
Mm-hmm.
So I do recommend this like Sanctuary World app. And also, if you want to get like a psychic or tarot reading, you can connect with the person online. So it's a really smart app because it's a marketplace for psychics. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know. I feel like it's like a good gateway for you to like spend your money in a really weird way. I might get it done. Just for everyone's amusement and share the results.
Well, I put up the colors for you guys. So right now I have
Oh, you did?
Libra on stream.
Mm.
Yeah. So Singh, you want to talk about it?
I don't know what's there to
Projects,
say.
vibrance, resources, affection, balance. Those are your words.
I don't
and
even know what to
colours.
make of those words, though.
But I mean, well, your own interpretation or ideas.
Oh,
Yeah.
mm,
I guess it should be
okay.
personal to everyone.
But okay, fine. I guess it's personal.
Yeah.
I guess I could interpret it later.
Oh, you don't have anything in mind right now, is it?
Are you supposed to interpret the colors or just use the colors?
Actually, I have no idea.
No. Okay,
I
so the
thought-
way I saw it was like,
Uh-huh.
projects you should use that whatever that color is, you know. What color would you call that anyway? It looks like those pig
Oh
blood
yeah, this
jelly.
is from
You know?
the description. It says like, how do your colors and power words make you feel?
Oh, so these are my power words. Right?
Yeah.
So, I guess
Like-
projects makes me feel pretty good, right? Cause, I mean, like with everyone, like the New Year's new resolution, like complete projects.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing it affirmed in this obscure horoscope thing makes me feel pretty good.
Okay. Vibrance.
Yeah, vibrance. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to make of vibrance. Me, my personality.
Uh-huh. You're
Like we
gonna
have a
be
more vibrant
less dull,
personality.
more vibrant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, more upbeat, I guess.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can say
Makes
upbeat. Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
I don't think I'm a downer though.
No, you're not downer,
I don't think
but
you're a
you are
downer.
definitely low energy. Like,
All right. Okay,
yeah.
so I guess I should be more energetic then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Resources.
I don't think Singap's low energy. He has mellow energy. Mellow vibes.
Resources. I don't know. What are the main resources?
It's a power word. I don't even know.
Maybe focus more on like
You're gonna get rich. That's it.
managing my money better.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
Affection. Maybe show more affection to people that I care about.
Okay. Like me.
Yeah, why not?
And
I was thinking more like parents,
okay,
Yeah.
them too.
Balance. 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 What do I need to balance?
I don't know. Is your life imbalanced in any way right now?
Libras are all about balance, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's true. But what do I need to balance? What do I spend too much time not doing? I guess maybe like work out more. I guess stop sitting down so much.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
Oh,
have a
yeah. Me too.
balance, active and inactive lifestyle.
Okay.
Mm,
Yeah. Okay. Fine. That's my interpretation.
Right.
yeah.
Gemini.
These
Vitality.
colors are kind of yucky. To be
Yeah.
honest, I'm like, these are not very good colors. I feel they are not very. I put them into Adobe Color, they would not be shown as complementary in any way. So that was my first thought. The change, I'm like, that's a shit color. So that's not good.
No, but I mean, this isn't a graphic design, color palette. It's like
I know, but at least choose something more like pretty, right? So am I supposed to interpret like why is vitality like because the words are always the same, right? It's just the color's different,
no, the
right?
words are different too.
Oh, they are different too? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
guess I also have vitality,
It's
stability.
different for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
well, I guess I need to eat more vegetables because it's greenish for vitality. Which is something I should do anyway.
Yeah.
And then
So wait.
stability. Oh, Go
Uh,
ahead.
so I was thinking like, isn't this one of the limitations of these interpretations, right? Because
Mhm,
I don't know, like you see green, you think of vegetables, right? But then like, what if
mhm.
like you saw it as
Jade.
like seafoam green, and then like like each color has its own meaning, right? And then just because
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't know about it, so you're
Mhm.
interpreting it that way. I'm not saying it's the wrong way, but imagine if
Yeah.
like you had like a wider color vocabulary, right?
Right.
Then your interpretations could be more.
That's
You
true.
know.
And maybe that's in a way by design, because it's like if you don't know it's seafoam green, then telling you to go to the ocean for vitality was not going to resonate with you anyway. So you're just choosing what you're already thinking about, kind of thing, you know?
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
For stability, it looks like a gray color. It reminds me of the gray rock kind of thing, like not to be so
Uh,
emotionally volatile. Yeah, I could
okay.
use that.
Yeah. Rock is cool.
Are you?
Change is shit. Yes, I am.
You
Don't
don't
change.
you
It's
don't like
saying.
change?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep. I think like for me, like this year, I'm trying to be consistent. Like with like Twitter content and stuff like that. And I feel like
Okay.
almost like I change too much because I give up too easily. So I see this as like, don't change so much before like fulfilling a goal or like, start looking at the analytics too much and like changing the direction. Just like stick with it. That's how I
Maybe it's
interpret
like
it.
you have to like wade through the shit before you reach the end,
Oh yeah, I like that too. Yeah. And then spirit is this purple color. I don't know. Like The sad part is it reminds me of Purple Mattress. Like,
Purple
I don't know if you
mattress?
guys have seen the ads for that.
No.
No.
We're not sponsored by Purple, but they are this like weird like matrix sort of gel mattress thing that's popular in the US, but I didn't like the feeling of it, so
Okay.
I don't know
Okay.
what to think about that. And then like energy is like yellow, kind of like
Isn't that kind of
gold,
like a
like
mellow?
maybe
Isn't
yeah,
like
like
yellow,
gold.
like a very mellow color?
Yeah, I
It's the
think
same
so. Because
color as my
I would
shirt.
say it's like yeah. Actually, I'm wearing yellow underneath my many layers as well. Yeah, maybe I should be wearing more like yellow this year
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Give
I
some
didn't think of
instead of my
that.
usual
Okay.
black.
Chinese energy.
Ah.
All right.
Yeah, okay, George, your turn. I feel like blatted on.
That
Hang on. Okay, mine is wellness, curiosity, sparks, safety, transformation. I don't know, man. I power words. Wellness. Oh yeah, I can see transformation. You know, I'm considering. Well, I want to get a new job this year, so that's it.
Oh.
And I guess curiosity would fall under that, right? Like I'm thinking of like switching industries, like doing something
okay.
new and interesting.
Mhm.
I don't know what yet, but something that appeals to me, I guess, and I find
What do you think
interesting.
like the colors mean though?
I don't really have any. Like to me, it just looks like a fire gradient. Like I don't know.
Yeah, very vibrant. I like it. This one looks like it's complementary in the color palette.
Oh, the purple's out of place.
Well,
Mm.
yeah. I mean,
Actually, I think my palette is kind of balanced though. It's like all like pastel-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Sparks. I should light my cigarettes more. Safety.
Oh,
I
yeah.
should watch for
No.
my fingers when I light my cigarettes.
No, but then your wellness is red. It's like a warning to stop smoking.
No, it's actually the red of Marlboro Reds. You need to switch to Marlboro Reds.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's transformation as well.
Oh, this is
All
so
right,
stupid.
the
No.
stop smoking the menthols, you know, like because
Yeah.
it's killing your sperm count.
So switch
So
to
you need
reds.
This
you need
podcast is not
wellness.
sponsored.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I guess I'll
so
switch to
funny.
Marlboros next week.
Oh man. So do you think they just use a random color and random palette generator to make every
Yes.
combination, and we're just like
No, look. First of all, they
overinterpreting
can't say they scientifically came out with these colors
Mhm.
because it's kind of oxymoron, right? So the only
Oh,
logical thing
yeah.
would be they randomized it.
Yeah.
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 And they're supposed to be. They say color your year with magic. You know, like they already
Mhm.
implied it's mystical and hogwash.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's not very curious of you.
I guess you
Mhm.
know if it makes people feel good, then
Yeah.
why not? It's not harming anybody. Like this kind of stuff
Yeah.
helps people plan their lives, even though
Mhm.
like it doesn't have to be. It's like placebos, right? It's not
Right.
rational, but it helps people. And like they say,
Oh,
it's not
speaking of
just
which.
fake pills, but like the whole act of
Mhm.
visiting a doctor, going into the
Mhm.
hospital, and like the experience makes you feel like, oh yeah,
It does,
I'm
right?
doing these
Like
things to
sometimes,
get better. Yeah.
like sometimes I'm sick, right? And then
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I should see a doctor. I usually like put it off for like 1 or 2 days because I'm like, oh, maybe next day I'll feel better. Then I don't need to go, right?
Yeah.
So by the time I
Mhm.
do go, and then I'm like, oh, I actually feel a bit better now, right? then I'm like, oh, I should have gone when I was like actually feeling quite shitty. Yeah.
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 Oh, speaking of which, actually, I made something for you guys, but I haven't mailed it yet. I
Oh.
made like 50 of these, so don't feel too special. But
If-
Oh. It's 50 out of like what 3 billion,
Look
30
like
billion people.
dice.
Yeah, it's a dice with an animal on each side. It's like an
Uh-huh.
animal emoji. I can't get it to focus.
Oh,
And
emojis.
I also
Right.
yeah,
That's
and I
cool.
sent you a Google Doc with the interpretation of each one for making decisions.
Oh,
So
Oh,
nice.
yeah,
this
it's
will make my
exactly the
life so
same
much
concept.
easier.
Yeah, gotta roll that every
I know
day.
what to. Yeah, when I go and order food,
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
spend
Oh,
because I recently what do you call it? Grab food, right? Did a year in review kind of thing as well.
Uh-huh.
So
mm,
they show you like what you like the things you ordered the most this year and all that. Then it
mhm.
said like spend an average of like what 20 minutes each time on the app trying to decide what to eat. Which
Oh,
is like damn
Mhm.
long, right?
huh.
Yeah,
I didn't see
yeah.
that. Let me see if I can access that. Go on.
So
Year in review.
so yeah, so this will be like quite useful, you know. Like if I roll let's see, is there anything that's food related?
Well, you can they're written in a way that's really open interpretation.
Okay, so
For
like
example,
the
tiger.
chick one, right? The chick one,
Yeah,
rebirth.
yeah,
So maybe
yeah,
when I roll that, I'll order something healthy, you know, start from a clean slate.
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Where do you
So
access that
it's a
thing?
Google Doc
But
anyone
when
can.
I roll crabs, I'm definitely ordering crabs though.
Yeah, so what I want to
Wait,
do is collect
let
everyone's
me try and find
interpretations
it.
too.
I don't see it on my app.
I think it was over already, like it was last year.
Oh well.
Oh no, it's still here.
I don't see it at all.
Wait, I'll give you I'll send you the link, then you can open it.
Okay. Maybe I don't use Grab enough.
Okay.
What made you decide to make the dice first?
Make this.
Yeah.
Oh, I think during Christmas, I was coincidentally Christmas. I was like, I just had this idea of because my friends are really into astrology and tarot and stuff, and then like I also was like, I can make this stuff up, like so I thought I'll make my own version
Oh,
of this kind
nice.
of thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I mean, like, it's not like I'm making fun of astrology tarot, right? Because I use it like for fun to be like, okay, here's a new perspective.
Uh-huh.
So
Mm.
what's a random chance element, and also make it very light and fun, you know? And
Yeah.
it's actually like a little tricky to design. Now I have appreciation for like you kind of have to have balance between things and things like that.
Did you like print it out? Is it cardboard or?
Oh, so the dice I had it made by a board game parts maker.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so they're real dice. And yeah, which is cool. That's I think literally it's called boardgamemaker.com or something. And then you can make like, cards or like little people or like,
Oh,
D20
that's
dice or
actually like
whatever. I think
a good
they're all
idea
dice.
for like a manufacturing company, I think.
Yeah. And then like you just like drop the JPEGs in and then they print it. And then yeah, the good thing is they can do small quantities.
Hmm.
So if you have an idea, you can also do something similar.
I mean, if those are really cool, you could start selling them on like Etsy or something.
So by 2022, my goal last year I didn't. Hey, remember we had named our New Year's resolution last year? Remember mine and yours? Actually, I don't remember you guys's anymore. I remember mine. I didn't meet it. Like, mine was to make an app that people will use and pay for.
Oh shit, what was mine? I
This
don't
is
even
like
remember, but never mind. Yeah.
we should write it down somewhere. Actually, it might be buried in our G sheet
Yeah,
somewhere.
and it's probably in the episode. Like, yeah, I can search for it later.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. Yeah.
Yeah. So this year I'm gonna try again with the same resolution.
Make
No
your
change. Change is shit.
yeah.
Right now I'm working on something. So, like I'm trying to like compile all my tweets into a book, right? But Twitter is like freaking hard to navigate. And in fact, I was asking for some friends with feedback, and they were like, I can't even figure out where your tweet threads start or finish because the way that Twitter lays it out is like
Yeah.
super random and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out a way where I can like archive my tweets into like Notion and then also allow me to like drag and drop so I can reorder them. Because like I'm sort of like coming up with random thoughts, but actually I have like an outline in my head and I want to be able to match that up.
I mean, when you
So
tweet,
it's
then you just
really Notion
screenshot
and
it, right?
Zapier.
No, I think yeah, Twitter
Yeah, but I
has
want it to be
a
automated.
option to export all your tweets into like a CSV or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like I think with Zapier, I can like make it so that it somehow does both or something. It's a bit tricky because I'm actually using a third-party tool to post sometimes.
No,
But
it's just like an option for your account on twitter.com. Just
I
like
want to do
export
it like
everything.
incrementally though. Like I want to do it like every time I have a tweet to
Uh-huh.
add to it.
I
And
mean, you
not
can
like
just like do it every 6 months or something, you know.
No, I want to do it every single tweet because I don't trust Twitter to not like block me on my account too. That's the other thing.
Uh-uh.
Like, what if Donald Trump thing happens to me? What if I get canceled for making
man.
comments about Asian definitions of attractiveness and I get locked out on my Twitter?
If you get cancelled, that'd be real funny.
I
Like,
know.
what
it
would you be
super
cancelled from? This show?
funny. I know, right? I don't
Then we have to
even
put
know.
out
Yeah,
we have to put out a statement, you know.
a tweet with
I would be
a
more
JPEG.
famous if I get canceled.
That's true. We're like,
On
Yeah.
evening
Yeah,
drama rebooted, you know. We celebrate all types of people.
I don't know, man. Yeah, like Louis C.K. Her favorite uncancelled person.
But ever since that one special, he's been pretty quiet.
Wow. I mean, he better be, right? I didn't think it was very good. See, that's the thing. Like, if it was actually good, I would feel a little better.
I thought it was good. But...
Kind of like Aziz's one was really good after he got canceled.
All
And
right.
I feel like he
Why
successfully
did he get
uncanceled
canceled already? I
himself.
forgot.
It was I was like because he slept with some girl and it was on like some shitty thing like Gawker or something, and then like the girl kind of blasted him for being a terrible date. So it's not like he even did
All
anything
right.
wrong. I think
Well,
that's why it's like a very like Yun Wang type of cancel for Aziz.
What's Yun Wong?
like misunderstood.
Okay.
Yeah, like blamed, like falsely
Like,
blamed.
yeah,
For which
yeah,
I don't
like,
think is a good English expression.
like he was framed. No, I won't say framed. Blamed. Yeah, unfortunately
It can also turn
blamed.
into like a language class. I need like a little. Hey George, I need like a little OBS. Like,
Oh, I don't know. It's
Google
quite.
Translate.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there photos of me and Singip in the little gallery behind you?
Yes, there is.
Oh, really?
When do we take
Yeah.
photos?
I don't know.
You're here.
I don't remember.
I'm not kidding.
Why? Wait, no. Where did the photo come from?
Screenshots of evening drama.
I think it's it's probably at one of the coffee shops in Klang.
Oh, right.
All right.
No, like this is really old. So this is like back in the day. And this
Legit.
is like younger versions of us.
Every photograph is a younger version of you.
Deep. Hashtag deep.
No, that's a
Yeah, but, like, this
Dimitri
is a while
Martin
back.
joke.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is like at least 5 years old. So but you know, of course I made sure you guys are in a snapshot of our lives.
So honored.
All right.
Yeah. Well,
Mark Barron's also.
Oh, okay. We're reaching the hour mark, so I'm gonna pull up the sponsors.
Oh yes.
New Wave. Yeah, I keep misspelling New Wave with one O.
Oh yeah, it's too old.
Yeah.
Yes, New Wave coffee.
It's just like
To
how
be completely honest, I ran out. This is not New Wave coffee I'm drinking.
I always misspell Shopee as well. I just let Google autocomplete it for me.
All right. Yeah. Sometimes I'm
Right.
like, is it 2 P's?
Yeah.
Right? I know it's 2 E's, right? But I don't know if it's 2 P's.
It's only 1 P.
Yeah.
But I always like type 2 P's.
Coffee.
Yeah.
One
how can you
P,
not-
2 E's.
It's like P.
Oh, that's what you guys have in
Oh, yeah.
common with my mom. She also loves the Shopee.
Show P.
In
All
fact,
right.
I'm kind of amazed that she knows how to navigate the app, but also to complain to the customer service.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, like unfortunately, neither products are on Shopee, to my knowledge. But
Mhm.
we are available through our websites, and Greg does ship internationally.
Yeah.
I still do not. I have not figured it out yet.
It's okay. One day.
Yes.
So yeah, if you guys are looking for coffee with L-theanine and raw cacao, can check out
Yeah.
Flow State Coffee by New Wave. 2 packs gives you free shipping globally, and if you use the code in the URL, you get 10% off your order.
Yeah.
And
And
next
in
up,
fact, for Honey Ritual, since I feel like it's such an ass every time I'm like, I don't ship it to you. But what I'm gonna do is, if you're interested in trying Honey Ritual, I'll tell you the formula, and you can find the ingredients locally. But I'll give this to you for free
can we
because I
leak
feel
it?
like it's super like, huh?
Can we
Yeah,
leak
you
it?
can leak it. Well, I would rather people to direct message me if possible, so I don't want it to be out totally in the world, or my co-founder will kill me. But like,
No, but it's
like
not
yeah, if you're
even
in
like
Malaysia,
but I don't know, will you really consider it
it's not
a trade
proprietary.
secret?
No,
Yeah, it's not like Coke
no,
where there's a secret chemical, right? These are just
Cocaine.
natural.
exactly. These are natural
It's
ingredients, and it's
100%
like
like natural, right?
yeah, yeah. But the
Yeah.
ratio of ingredients, I did spend a lot of time tweaking because there's something about the balance that's important. So
Oh,
there is
balance.
a yeah. Like
Balance in all
certain ingredients, like
things.
the rosebuds, like if you add just a little bit too much, that's like
Mhm.
really, really gross. So yes, so if you message me on Twitter at Kristen Tweets, where you can find a tweet every day ish, I'll tell you the secret formula to Honey Ritual.
If you miss a day, do you like tweet twice the following day?
Yeah, and I already have like so many extras that I'm not behind, even though I didn't tweet yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
So,
schedule all
but
your
yeah,
tweets in
I use a
advance?
scheduling.
Yeah.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes I just want to be spontaneous. And
Mm-hmm.
then plus if you overuse the tool, people are like, yeah, like are you a bot, you know? So I try not to give that impression.
Uh,
But certain things like tweet threads, I use the tool because it like does a lot of little tricks like auto delays and stuff like that. So that like because if I tweet too much in a row, then Twitter punishes me by like hiding my tweets.
huh.
So like with the Tweet Hunter app, it actually like auto delays it by however many minutes you set so that it looks more organic.
Okay. But I mean, what if someone's
Yeah.
just real active on Twitter, right? Like,
Oh, then yeah, it's like a very fine tweak if they want you to be active because the moment like I didn't tweet very much yesterday and stuff like that, like everything drops.
huh.
And then like you have to like keep sustaining it and stuff.
Cool. You're on your way to being an influencer.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm working on it. I've
Yeah.
grown by a segment, but it's a constant like
Wait,
balloon
how
you
many
keep pumping.
followers do you have now?
Good question. I really don't try not to think too much about it.
This will be like a marking.
Yeah, so in the last 28 days, I have increased by 52 followers to
Wow.
227.
That's pretty
But
good.
it doesn't work like yeah, I like there's a few like little events that was really helpful where like someone famous retweeted me. Like
Uh-huh.
usually that is what drives followings.
Yeah.
But I've been getting trickles in of like other people from mentions and whatnot
You
as
have to
well.
tweet
Well,
at
actually most of
Donald
my
Trump.
he's
It's
not
not
even
on
on there
Twitter.
anymore.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, you got to
You
leave.
have to you have to you have to
Oh,
you
if
have
he's
to
on there, he's on the
follow
fake account.
him.
Who's popular now?
Yeah. Stephen King,
Okay.
J.K. Rowling. So, like, yeah, like the trick is to like reply to a famous account really
Wait, did
quickly.
we talk
Because it's
about J.K.
chronological.
Rowling before?
We did. I think we mentioned J.K. Rowling every 3 episodes or something.
'Cause I just watched the Harry Potter special thing.
Oh, the reunion. Yeah, did you like
and
it?
then like they were saying like, oh, she's not in it, right? Because she's so controversial. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because even Daniel Radcliffe had to write a thing to be supportive of trans people to like undo the damage that she's done to the legacy.
I don't know, but it's her. I don't know. I guess it's a discussion for another time.
I know that's long. It is her right to just say whatever she wants, but the consequences, like,
Yeah.
I feel like also once a story is written, you as the author no longer own it.
Mm.
Especially when it's like this kind of like fantasy world thing. Like once it's out, it's out. Like people can do whatever they want with it, you know?
I mean, I guess we had these discussions before, like separating the art from the artist, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, but yeah, like but the other trick I've learned from really good Twitter people is that like there's no point in me writing to Stephen King and J.K. Rowling actually because they're too big and like it's just like swamped out all the
They
time.
probably
I
don't
need to look
even
for
manage their accounts, right?
Yeah.
well, J.K. Rowling certainly does because no right PR person
All
would
right.
allow her to do what she does. But like, yeah, like, I'm reaching out to people who are like, you know, more like
Wholesome.
just a little bit bigger than me.
Oh, right, yeah. You're the
You know,
client
and I'm also like
matter.
not trying to.
Oh, you
Yeah, well, that sounds kind of
stepping over
gross.
people, right?
I'm in a course called Make Twitter Friends. I engage in genuine conversations on Twitter, and I also don't shitpost that much, except for Wordle. Have you guys been playing Wordle? The
No.
latest trend. Oh my god, I need to link it to you. So, like, it's like this daily word game. It's very
Wordle.
simple. So, yeah, it's like a grid of 5, and then so you're trying to guess a 5-letter word. And it's like Mastermind, where if you get the right letter in the right position, it's green. And if you get the
Okay.
right letter in the wrong position, it's yellow. And you get 6 tries to guess the word. It's become a global phenomenon because it was featured on New York Times. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Wait, what's yellow?
Yeah. Right letter, wrong position.
Right letter, wrong position.
Yeah.
Green means
And
right
it's a
letter,
little
right
misleading.
position.
Yeah.
So gray
'cause
is
sometimes
like
it can
absolutely wrong.
Yeah, absolutely wrong.
Okay.
Not in this word at all. And
Okay.
sometimes if it's like 2 letters that are the same, you might get it in one right position and not the other. So it gets a little tricky like that.
How are you supposed to guess? There are like millions
It's
of
Why is
just
everything in
words.
error?
There are, yeah.
No, but
It's
you
like
have
statistically,
what you call it?
we all do.
You have
We managed
6
to
chances, right?
yes. I've guessed some in 2 before. It's just like luck.
Everything is
Oh, you mean
not in
6
wordless.
6 per row? Is it not for the whole game?
No, for the whole game. You
For the
only
whole
get 6
game?
tries.
What?
Yeah.
I just used one
So,
of
but
them
like
already.
once you guess one and then you see some don't apply, you need to like start thinking of only words with the remaining letters.
Just a word on 6
Okay.
each guess color show.
Anyway, don't spoil it for me though. I haven't done today's.
A new Wordle will be available every day. Okay.
Yeah, there's only one game a day, so it's like we all share the same word, so it's kind of got a fun social
Oh.
aspect to it.
That's quite
And
cool.
That's
then
pretty
when you're
cool.
done,
Yeah. I thought it'd be
yeah,
like randomized. Ah.
I like playing the
yeah.
Google language games, you know? Sometimes when you like Google meanings of words, and then at the bottom of the results, they will have like word coach. And then they'll say, this word is closest or opposite of, and then you have a multiple choice.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's fun.
exactly. This one has no like I don't know word learn because they're and also like they tend to be they were vetted by like the creator's partner who like come like what like because like the thing is like it can't be too hard of a word that no one can guess, right? So it's like been manually curated as well.
Okay.
And like now everyone has been posting these kind of like grids, like well, squares online and stuff, like the one I just linked, because once you're done, it like gives you a little sharing graphic that you can do based on emojis.
But I can just
So you
refresh
can
the
show
page,
off.
right? Then I can try again, right?
It saves your based on browser. So yeah, you can clear your cookies and pretend to be a genius
Wait,
and
so if
like
I
get on the
finish
first
all
try.
if I finish all 6 and don't get any right, I can't start again.
I don't know. I haven't had that happen before yet. I'm very,
What?
very lucky in that I always get on the 6th try. By like 6th try.
Oh, I
Just
remember
I've only
playing
anything
played
will
for like
Mastermind.
the last 3 or 4.
Mastermind is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
So if you want a time suck, the good thing is that there's only one a day, and it will take you 5 minutes.
Mhm.
So it's like a very entertaining thing to do for each day.
All right.
Okay.
Let's call it a night. Thanks everyone for
Aw.
tuning in.
God.
So close. Okay. All right. Good night.
Hope you all had fun.
Bye.
Yeah. This is another episode of Evening Drama. See you guys same time, same place next week. Take care.
Bye, world.
Stay
Bye.
safe. Bye-bye.